Get chilled with Patriot Ice. We are located at 171 South Frontage Road, 775-727-6561.
With the war between Israel and Hamas reaching its third month, some have begun to wonder just what will happen to Gaza after the war is over. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu believes that Israel should occupy Gaza in order to demilitarize it, stating that no international force can be responsible for this. According to reports, Israel additionally plans to retain an open-ended security presence in Gaza and have ruled out any role for the Palestinian Authority as well, which was ousted from Gaza by Hamas in 2007. The United States, however, has a different view on what should happen to Gaza after the war. Officials with the United States have stated that they will not allow Israel to reoccupy Gaza or further shrink the already small territory, which Israel plans to do so as well by way of a buffer zone to keep Palestinians away from the Israeli border. While the two are allies regarding the war, as shown by the US's strong support of Israel, the nations are seemingly at odds when it comes to the aftermath of the war. While Hamas has been declared a terrorist organization by the US and several other countries as well, concern has been raised after the war continues to result in the deaths of civilians, with the most recent death toll being well over 17,900. Two-thirds of this number are women and children. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin III has been critical of Israel, stating that they must protect Gaza's civilians. He went on to state that, if you drive them into the arms of the enemy, you replace a tactical victory with a strategic defeat. So I have repeatedly made clear to Israel's leaders that protecting civilians in Gaza is both a moral responsibility and a strategic imperative. Vice President Kamala Harris laid out a vision for Gaza after the war, stating that 5 principles guide our approach for post-conflict Gaza: no forcible displacement, no reoccupation, no siege or blockade, no reduction in territory, and no use of Gaza as a platform for terrorism. She continued stating that the US wants to see a unified Gaza and West Bank, the other Palestinian territory, and in order to do this, Palestinian voices and aspirations must be at the center of this work. Ophir Falk, an advisor for the Israeli Prime Minister, stated that after destroying Hamas, Gaza will be demilitarized and de-radicalized so that no threat will be posed to Israel from Gaza. Anonymous officials with Egypt and both Arab and Western nations have stated that the earlier mentioned proposal to apply a buffer zone has not been laid out in detail by Israel. According to one of the anonymous officials, they just say it would be a temporary buffer zone, but when we asked for details, they don't have answers. While there are differing views, there does not seem to be any repercussions from them as of yet. Pressure to Israel from the US mainly comes from short-term or immediate issues, such as pressure to minimize civilian casualties and allowing more aid into Gaza. However, the US has indicated that they will show some patience after the fighting subsides, as State Department spokesman Matthew Miller stated that there will have to be a transition period after the end of major combat operations. Although plans and visions have been spoken upon, it is still unclear as to what will happen to Gaza and the Palestinian people after the war, which has been the deadliest conflict between Palestine and Israel to date.